Soundless, please, soundless.
No, I like it.
Okay, carry on.
Bismillah. Now, I was talking to the Amir, this is one way of visiting more. If we gather together, sit down and explain so we can see more, because you lost a day yesterday, so I want you to see what you lost today. Now, as Imad told you and as I told my boss, this is the Masjid E Ibrahim. Okay? Now, when I said Masjid E Ibrahim, according to the hadith, and I'm following what we say, the hadith, the good Sahih hadith. According to the hadith, Ibrahim alayhi salam came from the north part of Iraq, very close to Turkey, through Syria, through the area of Palestine, then he went to the area of Saudi Arabia. Over there we know the story of Hajar and Sarah. Then he came back to the area of Palestine over here, and he settled in the area of Hebron where we are. Now according to the hadith, Sarah alayhi salam died. And Ibrahim didn't own anything over here. He was just a visitor. This is where he actually approached the people of the area of Hebron, and he actually bought a cave. A cave for what? For burying Sarah. Okay? Now you are seeing a mosque. The actual tomb, the actual cave is under us. Okay? This is a monument over here. Okay, we're talking about a monument which is almost dated 2,000 years old. I'm talking about a king at the time of Isa alayhi salam. His name is Herod. He was a Roman. Okay, he was controlling this area. He actually built over here a what we call a palace or a fortress. Now it stayed like this until the Muslims come over here. And we're talking about the year 691, when the Muslims actually took the area from the Phrygia, which are actually the Byzantines, okay? And they took this area and they started building mosques. And the first mosque ever built over here was the Aqsa. Later on we will be visiting that area. Then they came over here and they actually enlarged this area. Why did I say enlarged? Because there was a building over here done by King Herod, which was the king at the time of Isa alayhi salam. Now, the building from outside, if you notice, as we came in and out, when we go out, you are going to see huge stone. This is from the time of King Herod. But the rest is from the time of Salahuddin al-Ayyubi. And I'm talking about the year 1187, when Salahuddin al-Ayyubi kicked out the Phrygia from here. I'm talking about Salidiyin, which are the Crusades, and he actually built over here a mosque, what you are seeing. And this is the minbar, as you can see. According to the history, Salahuddin Ayyubi donated 2 minbars to the area of Palestine. This is the original one, and we have another one used to be in the area of the Aqsa Mosque, which was burned, and we will discuss in details when we go to that area. Now over here we have actually the cave, the burial cave, which is under us. Ibrahim alayhi salam is buried over here. His wife Sarah, as we entered, if you look very carefully, there was a window, and it says Sarah alayhi salam. Over here you have Ishaq alayhi salam, and this is here Rivka. Now these are monuments. The tombs, the rooms are under us. Okay? Now, the mosque right now is controlled by the Israeli army. If you notice, we had to check through an Israeli checkpoint. Now, in the year 1994, which was the 22nd of February, it was Ramadan on a Friday morning. Salat al-Fajr, one of the Israeli settlers who actually lived in the settlement we entered, he came during the Salat al-Fajr and he killed over here 29 Palestinian Muslims who were praying for Salat al-Fajr during, I'm talking about the 22nd of February 1994. Okay? It was a Friday, it was Ramadan. He killed over here 29 people. And as a result of that, this area was taken by the Israelis and divided. Okay, what I say divided, there is another side for the mosque which is controlled by the Israelis, and it is used as a synagogue, which is a worship place for the Jews. Okay, most of the time we are not allowed to have the adhan over here. They do not allow us to call for the prayers because they say that we disturb the settlers who are praying in the other side. Okay, sometimes we are not allowed to reach the area where we are in. Like 3 days ago, this area was closed for the Muslims because the Jews took it over and they had their own festivals over here. So over there, in the other side, they have the tomb of Jacob. Yaqub alayhi salam is buried on the other side, and of course his wife. Now the only thing we don't know is Yusuf alayhi salam. According to the hadith, according to the Quran, Yusuf died in Egypt. But he actually said to his sons that his bones should be brought over here to the area of Palestine, and he's buried actually in the area of Shechem, which is in the north of Palestine. It's about 4 hours drive from here. They have over there a tomb also for Yusuf alayhi salam, and it is controlled by the Israeli army. This is why you can see, if you look very carefully, there is a lot of cameras. Look, cameras. This is where the Israeli army controls everything over here, and most of the time, as I told you, it is closed. Now, there is over here a sign that says Al-Ghar al-Sharif. Actually, through it, you can see a lady actually is bending down. You can see a light, and I'm talking about almost 10 meters under us is the actual cave where the tombs are. I'm talking about Ibrahim, I'm talking about Yaqub, Ishaq, and their wives and Sarah are buried in cave under us. So this is the story of Al-Haram Al-Ibrahimi where we are in. Okay? So whatever you see, these are monuments, and under us is the tomb. Okay? Now, I'm going to give you 15 minutes if you would like to go around, take pictures. If you would like to pray, also Sunnat al-Masjid, you want to do it. But we should meet all in this area after we finish, inshallah. This place. Where we are. Okay? This is, do not exit without us, please.